Hey darlings, I hope you're all well. This video is going to be on a couple more characters with BPD. I'm probably only going to talk about 2 in depth and the rest just briefly. I made a couple videos before on similar topics. I've talked about Girl Interrupted, and I made 3 dedicated videos to Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, Dennis Reynolds from Always Sunny, and Ingrid Goes West. And then I've also done celebrities. There's not much good BPD representation, and when you're only seen as a murderer in Hollywood, you kind of have to search for them yourself. This isn't official, but I think this one is perfect. Howl's Moving Castle. We haven't seen any films from Hayao Miyazaki. Howl's Moving Castle is magical. It's a very popular one. I think Howl, the romantic lead, he's a wizard king. He's honestly so relatable and wholesome, and everyone has a crush on him. I'll tell you why I think he definitely has emotional intensity disorder. I think this one is literally perfect. I love him. First of all, his emotional instability. So there's a scene, Howl has a tantrum because his hair colour's ruined. He dyes his hair the wrong colour. He tumbles down the stairs, accuses Sophie of sabotaging him. He's only then supported by the ones he loves, and it's so wholesome. When he gets really sad, he gets covered in goo and his skin oozes green. Chronic feelings of emptiness. I feel like Howl is always trying to fill the empty. He adds new rooms to his castle. He fills his room with trinkets full of crap, I love it, and runs away when things get too complicated. Self-damaging behaviour. He sinks into this spirit of darkness. He's like... And then like... He's like in this depression pit because of a minor inconvenience. If that's not BPD, I thought that was very relatable. Also more self-damaging behaviour when he just flies into war zones as a bird to check out the action without any consideration of consequences. Perhaps he puts himself into dangerous situations that don't involve emotions because that thrill is easier to face. Just an idea. Next is suicidal ideation. And I'm taking it too seriously because he's a literal like character, but says, I give up, I don't see the point in living if life can't be beautiful. Even if he said that when his hair dyed the wrong colour, it could be just passed off as like passive suicidal ideation. But like, I think any hint like that should be taken seriously. It's a big irritant on the mind. I don't think you should ignore that, even if it's small. I think something like that could take a slippery slope into actually planning and taking action on those thoughts. For people with BPD, if something went wrong, like we spill a drink, or we dropped something, or we dyed our hair the wrong colour, something that seems so trivial to another person can be like the end of the world for us. Also, he splits a lot. With splitting, he changes his name, and I'd just like to highlight the fact that Howl is always cared for by the other characters. He's not a villain. It's Sophie's love for him that kind of saves them all, and in the end he's able to build a solid and happy life. I know I'm taking this too seriously, but BPD isn't a death sentence. He lived good life with it, and you can live a fulfilling life with BPD. And I know it's not official at all, but I just think it's so accurate. Rosie from Animal Crossing. So this one's a reach, but I fucking love it. So she's a bright and bubbly, cute little cat. She's a Pisces, and she's the nicest out of all the cats. This is what happens when you present BPD as murderers on TV. We will go to finding Animal Crossing characters and diagnosing them. She might appear childish and immature, usually asking the player for items she wants to fill her house with cute stuff. Rosie will easily get upset in conversation when it's not going her way. Rosie is also excessively kind, asking the player for items they want as well. Annoyed and upset at cranky and snooty villagers. Due to her honest nature, she might mention how old or boring they are, and she will always forget what she said because of her short attention span. People with BPD have like really bad memory. Her house in Wild World has a punching bag, so I think that's her way of letting out her anger. I'm cringing myself out. But she just kind of sounds like... I'm taking it too far. I'm literally talking about a cat on a child's game. Anyway, that's Rosie from Animal Crossing. I've also heard other people say BoJack Horseman. I've seen it and I think he's a grumpy old little c***, but apparently he like hits all the diagnostic criteria for BPD. So I've heard Misa from Death Note. I still need to finish that. I've heard Darth Vader, and like here's the thing, Darth Vader might like sync up to all the symptoms, but I will never like BPD being represented through a villain. I just don't like villain BPD representation, but if you do, love that. I don't want to be seen as a bunny boiler, like, not for me. Apparently Tiffany from Silver Lining Playbooks, again, I'm not going to like talk about all of these because I haven't seen a lot of them, but I've heard she has BPD. And the Mad Hatter, I could go into that a bit, but I feel like it speaks for himself. Mad Hatter is so iconic. I really did notice that the Mad Hatter gave me BPD vibes. Just everything about him. Also, the YouTuber Lottie Makes does a lot of videos on characters with BPD. She talks about, you know, things she's seen, like cartoons she's watched. I definitely watched that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was alright. Like, I literally just chat shit about Howl's Moving Castle and Animal Crossing. I hope at least someone enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I'm really sorry it was such a mess.